Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up, my betting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing y'all my top 4 picks for today's and tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started though, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're less than 900 subscribers away from hitting that mark. So I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Before I get to my top 4 picks, did just want to do a quick recap of the slips that we submitted yesterday. As you guys can see with this first slip here, this was the picks that we posted on yesterday's video, and we were once again one away from hitting this full sweep as James Harden, man, took him on a bad night. But all in all, man, even though he had a rough game throughout, last night's game, all in all, he still had an opportunity to get us the green as he took a 3 with about 10 seconds left. No one's guarding him. The game is pretty much over at that time. And of course, he misses the 3 and ultimately falls short of his line, which we took as over 28.5 points and assists. Now, the 3 that were able to green for us, we had Jason Tatum over 13.5 rebounds and assists. He gets it done, ending with 15. KD, we took his over 28.5 points. He has a monster game, ending with 39. And then we had MPJ over 18.5 points and rebounds, and he crushes his line, ending with 33 points and rebounds. So 3-1 with this slip. Moving forward to the slip that we posted on our Twitter account yesterday, where we took advantage of the flex protected play since it was Friday. We did pretty good. I mean, we went 4-2. The 2 that weren't able to hit just barely did not green for us, as we took the under on Devin Booker's 8 assists. He barely just gets over, and then with 9. Then we also had DeAndre Ayton over 9.5 rebounds. And this right here, this was a big disappointment, as he has 7 rebounds heading into the fourth quarter. And pretty much Monty Williams decided to bench Ayton over their backup center, Lando. I know he brings a lot of energy and whatnot. DeAndre Ayton, Monty Williams put him back in the game in the fourth quarter, I believe, with about 7 minutes left. And he was able to grab 2 more rebounds to get him to 9. But then all of a sudden, like about 2 minutes later, so around the 5-minute mark, Monty Williams decides to bench DeAndre Ayton again for Landale. Now, in that fourth quarter, he only ends up playing about 2 minutes. So not sure what that was all about. Maybe it was just, defensively he liked it better. Maybe the energy from Landale was better than Ayton. But all in all, I mean, you're paying this guy all that money to bench him in the fourth quarter. Like, really didn't make much sense to me. But it is what it is. Now, the 4 that were able to green for us, we had Embiid over 9.5 rebounds. He gets 13. We had Jokic over 21.5 rebounds and assists. He has a monster game, ends up with a triple-double, and ends up getting 25 rebounds and assists. We also had Derek White over 18.5 PRAs. He gets it done, ending with 21. And then we also had Marcus Smart over 2.5 personal fouls, and he ends up getting 4 fouls. So with the Twitter slip 4-2, we were able to bring some of our money back. But as I said, that we did take advantage of the protected flex play here yesterday from PrizePicks. So we'll be getting the other $12 in return in promo funds. Now, I did submit one extra entry, which I did not post in any of my accounts. And this one was pretty much the best one of the night. We were able to go 5-1 with this one. The only one that wasn't able to hit was KCP, as we took his over 9.5 points, and he only ends up with 2 points. But as you guys could see, the other 5 that were able to green for us, we had Embiid over 16.5 field goal attempts. He ends up with 19. We also had DeAnthony Melton over 1.5 3-point makes. He gets 3. Jaylen Brown over 34.5 PRAs. He barely just makes it over, and then with 35. Jamal Murray had a big game, and then with 43 PRAs. And as well, Devin Booker has a monster game as well, and then with 41. So all in all, it was a good day, I would say. I mean, really hoped one of these 3 slips that we were so close to getting the sweep. Really would have hoped one of them would have been a sweep, but it is what it is, man. We want to keep that momentum going, and hopefully tonight with my top 4 picks that I'm about to get into tonight, we get that sweep that we've been wanting here so far, or here lately. Now, to start us off, we're gonna go to the first game of the slate, the Heat going up against the Knicks in Game 3 of that series. And I'm going to be starting it off with a rebounds and assists category. And I'm going to be taking Julius Randle over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now, in the 2 games so far in this series, in Game 1, we know that he missed that game due to the ankle injury. But in Game 2, he did return, and he did go over, crushing this line, ended with 20 rebounds and assists. Now, for this postseason so far, he is averaging pretty much right at this line at 11.1 rebounds and assists per game. And against the Heat during the regular season, he did go over in 3 out of the 4 games. The only one that he did miss, that was a game where he only played 15 minutes due to getting injured in that game. But overall, in 5 games versus the Heat this season, including Game 2, he has averaged above this line at 13.8 rebounds and assists. Now, Julius Randle just causes, matchup problems for the Heat. Other than Bam, they really don't have anybody to match up with him. But, the Heat also have to worry about Mitchell Robinson down low. So Julius Randle, most of the time, is going to get somebody that's undersized trying to guard him, which is why I like this prop. Also, for the season, the Heat allowed the 11th most rebounds per game and the 2nd most assists per game to opposing power forwards. So he should have a good matchup here against the Heat. So I'm going to be rocking with him over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now, for my second pick, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a big surprise. We're going to go to the Heat side, the points category, and I'm going to be taking playoff Jimmy over 27.5 points. Now, in Game 1, he did go under this line, only scoring 25 points. And then, as we know, in Game 2, he did miss that game due to that ankle injury. But so far this postseason, playoff Jimmy has been in his bag. I mean, as we know, he attacks the rim, gets to the free throw line. His mid-range is also on point. And on top of that, he has developed a 3-point shot so far this postseason. And all in all, he has been averaging 35.5 points per game. And in Game 3, I expect playoff Jimmy to be in full effect, especially because the Heat are going to need it. I mean, they really don't have anybody else on the roster that could create their own shot. Maybe you could say Bam is that other guy, but Bam has been a disappointment so far this postseason, especially on the offensive end. Now, also, he has hit this over in 3 straight home games versus the Knicks, which, as we know, Game 3 is going to be in Miami. And in those 3 straight home games that he has gone over, he's averaged a total of 32.6 points per game. So he loves to play here recently. He loves to play the Knicks at home, or he has played his best against the Knicks in Miami, which the game is going to be today in Miami. So I definitely expect playoff Jimmy to put on a show and get us at least 28 points. And one last note with this prop. For the season, the Knicks allowed the 5th most points per game to opposing small forwards. So I think this should be a good game for Jimmy to get his, and I expect him to do so. So I'm going to be rocking with him over 27.5 points for my second pick. Now for my third and fourth pick, we're going to be going to the night game. We have the Lakers going up against the Warriors in game 3 of that series as well. And I'm going to be starting off with the points and rebounds category. And I'm going to go to a guy which he has ups and downs. But I'm going to be taking AD over 38.5 points and rebounds. Now, in game 1, he had a monster game. He had 53 total points and rebounds, having 30 points and 23 rebounds. But in game 2, it was the opposite, as he only ends up with 18 points and rebounds. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the trend here in this postseason. So far this postseason, we've seen a pattern where AD has one good game, then he follows that up with a bad game, and then after a bad game, he follows that up with a great game, and so on and so forth. Now, after a bad game in game 2, I definitely expect AD to be his dominant self and put up big numbers, as the Warriors really don't have anybody to match up with AD. I mean, in game 2, they kind of disrespected him. I mean, they had JaMychal Green on him, Draymond Green, which are two smaller guys. And as long as he's in attack mode and is engaged, AD should be able to dominate the Warriors. Now, after a bad game this postseason, AD is averaging 49 points and rebounds. So he's definitely crushing this line after having a bad game, which he did in game 2. Now, one last note on this one. For the season, the Warriors allowed the 8th most points per game and the 11th most rebounds per game to opposing center, which is what AD has been playing so far this postseason. He's been playing that center position. So all in all, I think AD should have a monster game here in game 3, and I'm going to be taking him over 38.5 points and rebounds. And for my fourth pick, we're going to be running an underback. We're going to go to the points category. I ran this. I picked this under in game 2. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned, but I'm going to be running a back. It might be an unpopular pick, but I'm going to be taking the under on Klay Thompson's 23.5 points. Now, as you guys can see, over his last 5, he is averaging pretty much at this line at 23.6, going over in 3 out of his last 5 games. As you can see, in game 1, he scored 25 points going over. And then in game 2, he also went over with 30. But I'm doing a little bit of line reading with this one. I mean, even though he scored 25 points in game 1 and in game 2 had 30 going over in both of those games, they kept his line at the same 23.5. Now, to me, that's something to definitely, keep in mind as to if he's gone over both of the games, especially scoring 30 in game 2. I would have expected this line to at least go up to 24.5, maybe even 25, but it stayed at the same. Now, this postseason, Klay is averaging just below this line at 22.1 points per game and has gone under in 5 out of the 9 games so far this postseason. Also, Klay has gone went under this line in all 4 games versus the Lakers during the regular season, only averaging 19.2 points per game in those 4 games during the regular season against the Lakers. Now, also, during the regular season, the Lakers allowed the 11th least points per game to opposing shooting guards. But when you take a look at it over the last 30 games, which is pretty much after the trade deadline, and the Lakers making those trades as they have improved defensively after the trade deadline. The Lakers improved to 7th least points per game allowed to opposing shooting guards. So I'm going to be running it back. Hopefully it doesn't backfire on me here tonight again. But I'm going to be taking the under on Klay Thompson's 23.5 points for my 4th and last pick. So just to recap, we're going to be taking the over on Julius Randle's 11.5 rebounds and assists, the over on Jimmy Butler's 27.5 points, the over on AD's 38.5 points and rebounds, and the under on Klay Thompson's 23.5 points. Now, as always, if you guys agree with any of my plays, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. Also, here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So I'm going to be placing a $6 entry for the possibility of winning $60. So let's go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Be on the lookout for another slip. I am going to be submitting throughout the day on my Twitter. The link to my Twitter is down in the description. But other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.